What's up everyone, Conejo here. I'm in a very good mood today. In fact, I got a lot done during this weekend. Like, a whole lot done. Like, that project for C++ that I did was very fucking long. And it took me hours and hours on end, but I continued working hard. And even if I missed out on a few hours of sleep, I did not care. I just wanted to get it done, out of the way and over with. Now I just gotta do my math after I do the documentation process for my project. And I'll be ready to go for this Infinite Warfare beta. I mean, I'm so excited for it that I even picked up a box of fucking Red Bulls and some hot chocolate. And basically what I like to do with my hot chocolate is mix it with coffee. And since it's getting cold where I live, pretty much if you mix hot chocolate and coffee together, not only will you be more awake since you're adding pretty much more caffeine to your coffee, but at the same time it helps keep your body warm, so why not? It's really fucking cold where I live. In fact, it's getting down to like the 30s. And I don't mind that. In fact, I actually love winter. I prefer winter over summer. I fucking hate summer. Honestly, I don't even like going outside in the summer. It's just so hot that it feels like I'm in an oven, and I do not like that. I'm so used to the cold weather and the snow. That's just what I prefer, guys. I mean, winter is just like an amazing season for me. I prefer the cold. I love the cold. In fact, it helps me sleep better at night, especially since I have a sleep disorder. I also feel a whole lot happier during the fall and winter season for whatever reason. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just weird, but during the spring and summer, I don't know, I'm just not as happy as I would be during the winter or fall, just the way I am, I guess. Ironically, guys, I was born in Florida, and most people I know that are from Florida really hate the cold weather. I mean, my aunt came over last year during the winter, and she did not like the cold weather. I remember it being like 30 degrees, and she was complaining about it, and I was outside just with a tank top, smoking a cigarette, and there's snow everywhere. She asked me, "Oh, how are you not cold? How do you do this? How are you just outside with a tank top and just not feel anything?" And I was like, well, after living here for like 17 years, maybe even like 16, I don't even remember how long I've lived in Maryland for. But your body tends to, you know, adapt to the cold weather after a while, which isn't so bad. And honestly, like, what's cold to me would be like negative 10 degrees. Like, that's like really cold. Like, you walk outside, you probably like freeze to death without a jacket on or anything. Anyways, guys, if you're wondering why there was no recoil on my Vesper and why it's melting people so quick, that's because this video is quite old now. I mean, I had it since August, just sitting in my folder, chilling. This video was pretty much recorded back when Treyarch decided, hey, we're gonna buff the Vesper, nerf the VMP for the 80th time. Of course, I wasn't around for the patch. I kinda, you know, came home from Atlantic City during that time and just kinda got on, and then everybody was telling me, oh, the Vesper is really good again. It's like amazing, fuck the VMP, and I like tried it out, and then I just happened to get my nuclear during that time. Back then it was like really OP, but you know, Treyarch can't make up their fucking minds, so they of course nerf it again. You know how they are, always touching the SMGs, but anything that needs a proper nerf, like the Brecci or any other overpowered gun, they don't tamper with whatsoever. They just love messing with the SMGs. That's Treyarch for you guys. It's like, hey, you know, just leave the fucking Vesper alone, or leave the VMP alone. Like, go fix something that needs to be fixed for once. Don't just keep doing the same thing over and over again, because Treyarch, if you go look at their patch history, they have a tendency to either nerf or buff the same SMGs over and over again, which I find very annoying after a while, because they don't actually nerf things that need to be nerfed, like the Brecci. I mean, I'm just gonna keep bringing it up, even though I got a nuke with it as well. It's just like a douchebag gun, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the range on that thing is just insane. It just melts people, it just drops them instantly. Hopefully Infinite Warfare has a proper balance. It ends up being like Modern Warfare 2 balance, or close to as Modern Warfare 2. I mean, Modern Warfare 2, I remember every gun being good other than like the F2000, but the F2000 was good if you knew how to manage your recoil on it. Everything melted on MW2, which I love. Hopefully it's like that on Infinite Warfare. Anyways, guys, if you're wondering what I used on my Vesper, I basically use fast mags, extended mags, and grip. Obviously, grip is necessary because it's a high rate of fire weapon with a lot of recoil, especially after the patch. You know, they kind of like nerfed the fuck out of it once again. There's like a ton of recoil on it. Obviously, in this video, which was recorded when they buffed it, there was like little to no recoil on it, which was insane. It was actually pretty insane. Everybody was using a Vesper again. That shit was crazy. It only lasted for like a week, and then they patched it again, and then everybody was like, no, back to the VMP. I also use the same perks as usual, guys. You know, Flak Jacket, Scavenger, Fast Hands, and Tactical Mask. I will be leaving in the description down below in case you guys want to try out my class setup. It's still a very good class setup on the Vesper. However, guys, since Treyarch nerfed the shit out of the Vesper once again, just a heads up here, it will have a massive amount of recoil, and I would recommend just using it on like Nuketown or like Combine or something. Somewhere where you don't have to like worry about range, because that gun has like a massive amount of recoil now. It's like crazy how they nerfed the shit out of it again. Anyways, guys, a lot of you have been asking me if I'm getting Battlefield 1, and you know, I usually giggle a bit and then reply fuck no. And I have a lot of reasons why I'm not getting the game. And you know, one of my reasons is I don't support EA, I hate EA, I don't buy their products, I refuse to buy their products. In fact, the last product I bought was Battlefield Hardline. And that's when I decided, like, well, I'm never buying their game again. I know a lot of people always say, oh, I'm never buying an EA game, and then they go right ahead and buy an EA game again. No, I'm not like that. I wouldn't, if I hate a company, I will not support them. I will not buy their products. I refuse to. I will not do it whatsoever. However, I did play the Battlefield series as long as I have COD. I mean, I've been playing both games since 2001 or early 2000, you know, on PC back in Windows 2000, the good old days. And Battlefield was a great franchise up until like Battlefield 4. That's when they fucked up. You know, in Battlefield 4, it was a broken product. It was unplayable. I was actually surprised it was even being sold on the market because the game was fucking broken. And I mean broken. There was a lot of fucking shit wrong with it. And if you think Black Ops 3 is broken, well, you don't know what broken is, my friend. And this is why Battlefield 4 release was like awful. It was probably one of the worst releases in gaming history. And pretty much, I mean, in Battlefield 4, they had one-shot, one-kill bugs. There was lag everywhere. And people think the Black Ops 3 lag is bad, how they haven't played Battlefield 4 yet. There was also like a lot wrong with some of the vehicles. I mean, the jets, they even feel realistic. The jets just felt like I was playing Ace Combat. It was like a fucking laughing joke. There was also a lot of server crashes, a lot of lag, and their netcode's terrible. And of course, just, you know, every Battlefield game has terrible netcode, but just not as bad as it was in Battlefield 4. It was god-awful. I mean, there was rubber band lag, there was all kinds of lag. In fact, it was so laggy you can still die behind the wall. Even though you're in cover, the person can still be shooting you and basically kill you while you're behind the wall, no matter how good your connection was. There was like a lot of problem with that game. And a lot of fucking problems. In fact, they even gave people refunds for buying premium because their game was like broken as shit. And of course, you know, they might as well change their slogan to EA Games is in the fucking patch, because every day they would fucking patch it. And it only took them 3 years to actually make the game work. I mean, you go play it now, I guess is alright, but a game for release shouldn't be that broken. In fact, it should be in working condition. It should not have any lag, should not have any game-breaking glitches. It should work in top-notch condition. I was surprised that they even got away with selling a broken game like that. I was just like astonished. I'm like, is anyone suing these people? They're just letting EA get away with it all? And I'm just like sitting there like sighing. And if you want to say, oh, but Hardline release wasn't that bad. Okay, but Hardline was milked down. It felt like a Call of Duty hybrid, and their community died within a month. I mean, everybody was hyped for that game. I knew it was gonna be shit, but people made me buy it. They forced me to buy the fucking game. And so I did. I gave in like a stupid idiot, and that was basically the last game I bought. I mean, Hardline, it was kind of boring. It felt like, you know, they were trying to make Call of Duty with cops and robbers, and I was like, this shit's fucking whack. It isn't even Battlefield anymore. And then, of course, after Hardline, they announced Battlefield 1, and I just thought to myself, oh, Battlefield 1? Yeah, isn't gonna be fully functional until 2021, people. And of course, you know, the gameplay itself just looked boring to me. I'm like, oh, they're lacking vehicles. They have one huge map with like 3 tanks, little to no transport vehicles, and like 1 or 2 airplanes, and that's like it. That's all I noticed, at least. So maybe I'm just saying things, but you know, it just looked boring to me. I mean, it's not even Battlefield anymore. It's more like Boring Field. And on top of that, one of my friends was streaming. It was like, oh, come watch my stream. Maybe this will convince you to buy the game. The first thing I saw was him sniping and the lack of physics. He was just cross-mapping people with the sniper. And I was like, wow, what happened to the physics, the bullet drop, the bullet deviation, the spread? What happened to all that? I honestly believe that the game's gonna have no skill gap in it whatsoever, so I just like, whatever, you know, it's not my problem. I'm not buying this game. But of course, I have 1,000 other reasons why I'm not buying Battlefield 1 and why I'm never buying an EA product ever again. If you know me on a personal level, I probably already lectured you about it in party chat, or we had a conversation about it before. I can go into details about this topic all day. Every day I can actually make it into like a formal video if I wanted to. However, I don't intend to do that. It's just that I have like a shit ton of messages on Xbox asking me the same question if I was buying the game or not. And you know, there's also other people asking me, not just, you know, don't have the time to reply back right now. It's like a lot of fucking messages, especially on Xbox. So I was like, oh, why not make a video about it? Fuck it. And of course, I gave you guys the basic reasons on why I'm not getting Battlefield 1. I can go into details about this all day long, like I said before. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, favorite. I love y'all, love the support. You guys are awesome. I'll see y'all in my next video. Peace.